Hello again, welcome back. As you remember that we are creating our toolpath like this with and the little challenge and other stuff. After that, let me focus here. As you remember that we can also close that part. So let me turn back to the 3D and curve on the edge options. We can create here, and here. And after that we can select that one and then we can turn to the wireframe, and then we can turn to the close arc options, and we can easily close that arc. Okay, anyway, after that let me turn to the surface. We can start from here to here, and we can create our face, and we can create another face starting from here to here. Oops, sorry. Okay, this is the arc actually, so we need to split that arc from here. So this is the loft operation. So this is the actually contour 1. So we can start from here. This is my starting point according to x-axis, but when we click here, you're gonna see that that's starting from here because of the closed contour part. So that's why we need to turn back to the 2D and also maybe on that position here, and then we need to create some line starting from here, and top view we need to create that kind of line here, and then we can turn to actually trim two entities. And actually when we hit the trim to entities, and we need to select that circle, and then we can turn to the actually top view, and then we can select this one, sorry about that. This is the actually trim line. This is my line, is that right? We can turn to the dynamic, and we can turn to the trim and trim one entities. We can select this one and this one, and then after that we don't need that line anymore. We can select them and delete them. Let me turn to the here and surface and loft surface, as a contour definition we can select this one and this one. This is the actually green arrow is the same distance, so we can easily create our circle like this. And after that, let me turn back to the toolpath section. We can create our surface finish and contour toolpath. This is my face. We can select all that color. As a boundary, we can select this one and this one. And after that, maybe we should start with this one and maybe we should left 0.1 millimeter for the stock trim on the drive face, and then we can organize our depth. So we can start from -20 to -30. I cannot remember the actually distance right now, but we can easily calculate it. Anyway, so okay, let me turn to here. This is my curve 1. This is the entities. We can start from here. Okay, curve 1. I can turn to the finish parameters and the cut depths. This is my starting point. So this is my last point maybe. You're gonna start from here to here. And then we can turn to the here and make me analyze it. This is the -34. Yeah. This is actually cutting area. We can start from here to here, and maybe according to my tool diameter, that's not possible. We can turn to the 3 millimeter ball nose tool, and then we can easily calculate our tool path. Okay, we have some problem with our boundary. Okay, let me organize my boundary. So we can turn to the 2D, and my Z distance can be like this. Okay, and after that we should also use the extend our face. So you can also remember that stuff. It's a 2 millimeter is enough, and then we can create new curve here, and then we can also create new curve for this one. Okay, we have 2 curves, but when we turn to the actually contour toolpath, and when we select the 2 boundaries like this one and this one, and then when we calculate our toolpath, let me calculate my toolpath here. You can see that we have some problem here. To be able to solve that problem, we can turn to the here, and we can organize some horizontal line here. We can start from here to here. It can be 0, and then we can organize another line here, and it can be 0.05 millimeter. So we can focus here like this one, and we can turn to the divide options. We can use the divide options for this part, and we can also turn to here. Yeah, I can delete this one. Let me also delete this one. Okay, anyway, let me turn to the here and divide and trim divide options. Anyway, I don't know what was the problem here. Let me use 0.05 millimeter here, and we can delete this one, and then let me use trim 2 entities, trim entities. We can trim this one with this one. Oops. We can also trim entities, this one with that one, and this one and this one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, this is the boundary, and we can turn to the here, and then we can easily create our new boundary, and then we can recalculate our toolpath. So this is the actually solution for that part. So let me turn back to actually that tool. So this is for, and maybe for my roughing. After that I can copy and paste it here, and then we can turn to this tool, and with changing to actually my stock to leave on the dry face, and we can recalculate it. Yeah, we can solve that problem like this. Anyway, and thank you very much. I really appreciated your interest. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me any question. I am here to answer your question. Thank you very much and take care.